This is Am I on the Air's War for the Planet of the Apes non-spoiler review. So War for the Planet of the Apes is the third and supposed final film in the Apes trilogy. Of course, this started with Dawn and then went to Rise. And then, no, I think I got that backwards. How about Rise of the Planet of the Apes? And then Dawn for the Planet of the Apes into War. These three films span the course of about 15 years, and it's been great to witness the evolution of Caesar. I forget how many years this movie takes place after the last film, but basically at this point the troops are coming and they're looking for the apes, and Caesar must protect his clan. You know, without me getting into spoilers, this one's pretty hard to get down into the nitty gritty, but I just have to say this movie completely kicks ass. I mean, how many films can you say tear it up on a trilogy level? I absolutely loved Rise for the Planet of the Apes. Rise with James Franco, of all people, bringing in a little baby Caesar to take care of him. Never in a million years thought that that would have been the journey to start a whole new trilogy for a franchise that I absolutely did not care about back from the 60s and 70s. I barely could get into the Tim Burton reboot with Mark Wahlberg, and that was with me liking the cast and director and star. But you know what? They did something special with Rise, and they continued that with Dawn, and now with War, they just completely kill it. This is a great culmination to this trilogy. P.S. By the way, this picture you're seeing right here, it's not in the movie. That's my one biggest gripe about this film, is that it's called War for the Planet of the Apes. There's honestly not really much of a war, and there's definitely not a war between the apes and the humans like this picture describes. There's also a movie poster that looks exactly like this, and I think it's completely false advertising. I wish they would have named this movie something different. This would have been a 5-star film for me, but I ended up docking some points because of the title War, because this never happened. This movie is definitely lacking in some of the action set pieces that it kind of promised in the trailer. When the last movie, when Dawn finished, you were ready for this massive war that was about to break out between the apes and humans. And we honestly don't really get to see it here, and that's very unfortunate. I will say, over here, this dude over here, uh, Woody Harrelson, when he got cast, I was like, really? Woody Harrelson's going to be the big baddie of this film? Well, I'll tell you, man, he kills it. He's a hardcore badass in this film that really gives no Fs, and he's just ready to take down these damn dirty apes. So my hats off to Woody Harrelson, man. He really pulled it off in a great way in this film. An awesome villain to have for this franchise. Shout out as well to Steve Zahn, who plays this new character called Bad Ape. Bad Ape was hilarious and one of the best pieces of the movie for me. He was a monkey that seemed to have gotten lost from a zoo, but he spoke perfect English and was able to handle talking with Caesar. He actually didn't know any of the sign language that most of the apes did, but he was hilarious. I love the fact that he brought a completely different dynamic to the group of apes, and it makes you wonder, are there more out there just like him? Hats off to the entire mocap team. The motion capture in this film is so incredible. You know, they get better with each and every film. You really get lost in it when you're watching these films, and you forget that you're not watching real live apes here talking, and that it's actually people dressed in basically pajamas walking around with a camera strapped to their face. It's really incredible, and I hope that sooner rather than later the Academy rewards people for this, because it is an art and they nail it in this franchise. And Andy Serkis, man, this dude, give him an Oscar right now. You know what? I felt he should have gotten an Oscar for the first film. I definitely thought he should have got one for the second one. And by God, he should have one for this one. I don't care if he's in a motion capture suit. This guy is acting the entire movie. That is him on the screen. Who cares if they CGI him into a monkey? That is Andy Serkis, and he makes Caesar one of the greatest characters I've ever seen in any movie franchise. Absolutely kills it. Please, Academy, reward this man. So bottom line here, This is an excellent movie. How would I rank them? I don't even know if I could do that right at this time. The first movie holds a special place in my heart just because, like I said, I wasn't a fan of this franchise, and it really made me a fan, and it made me want to continue the journey. I know everybody loves number two, and I do as well, but you know what? I think I would stick with the first one being my favorite. Number two and number three are going to be a big toss up. They're incredible films for multiple different reasons. The acting, the drama, you feel for these characters, man. I feel for these apes, and I hate the humans in these films, and that means something, and it means they did a damn good job. Matt Reeves is the director on this film, and he killed it, and it makes me very excited to see what he's going to be doing with the Batman coming up here for DC. Bottom line here, War for the Planet of the Apes is an excellent movie. You should definitely run out and check it out. If you're a fan of the first two, there's no doubt you're going to love this one. 4.5 stars out of 5. I absolutely recommend this thing. It's incredible. One of the best movies of the summer. Check it out. That'll do it for me here for this non-spoiler review for War for the Planet of the Apes. Check us out at amiontheair.com. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. And myself, I'm Don Mega. Follow me at DXDonMega. Until our next review, peace.